You are listening to Larry Conners, USA.
You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth.
This is Larry Conners USA. Larry Conners USA.
We've seen a growing movement to reframe how American history is taught in public schools. Well, some parents who are opposed to critical race theory as new curriculum aren't too pleased.
Just because I do not want critical race theory taught to my children in school does not mean that I'm a racist, damn it.
Actually, it does. It's just another example of Republicans turning kids into a wedge issue, just like their politically motivated attacks on transgender youth who just want to play sports.
Yeah, just want to play sports, competing in a category they can win because they're biological men competing in women's categories. They can't compete against the men. All right, let me get back on track here. This is June the 25th, 2021. That was Joy Reid of MSNBC mocking parents who are concerned about their children's education. And the parent said, just because I'm against CRT does not mean I'm a racist. Yes, it does. It does in the minds of the left and the progressives. If you don't endorse CRT, you are a clear racist. And CRT begins with the premise that if you're white, you're already a racist. So you have no way out. It's not just whites speaking out against this. Well, I've had several pieces we've had on previous programs from black Americans complaining as well. In fact, I'm looking at a piece by a black Democrat who's now denouncing critical race theory. And in fact, this black Democrat, not a Republican, a black Democrat says, I should identify who he is for you. This is an opinion piece that was written by the Democrat in his essay. Let me get it exactly right. He is Barrington D. Martin II. A special educator, former congressional candidate for the 5th District of Georgia. So non-existing congressman, but had been a candidate. And he said in his opinion piece, listen to black parents furious with critical race theory. He went on to say basically that what we have with this CRT now being shoved down in the parents against their wishes into the faces of their kids and down their throat. He's denouncing critical race theory, says, my party, quote, is working overtime to keep race ideology alive. That's what it is. It's more divisive. It's not bringing us together. Those who support CRT are the same ones who say our U.S. flag isn't wide enough, or we need to change this, or we can't have a Pledge of Allegiance at a city council meeting because it might be divisive. We got a lot to cover on that issue coming up over the next 2 hours. And also, President Joe Biden coming forward, I've got to go after Second Amendment rights one way or the other. And he chooses to go after gun brokers, the gun dealers, claiming that if they willfully give a gun to a person who cannot pass the background check, or they willfully do not carry out a background check and allow that gun to go out of their store, then there will be zero tolerance. We'll come after them and prosecute them. Gun dealers are the wrong target, President Biden. And it's still an assault on our Second Amendment is what you're trying to do. You need to go after not law-abiding citizens and gun brokers, but you need to go after the criminals. And we're going to be joined on that very point later by John Henderson, owner of the Range St. Louis West. I think he knows a thing or two about gun brokers and laws and how they apply to anyone getting a license. And also, here it is. Stand back, my God, it's been announced. VP Harris is going to go to the border. Yes. She's going to get in just ahead of the 100 days from the time she was told by President Biden, will you take over the border crisis? Yes, I will. And she was all about, I will do it. I'll do that. I'll step out. Why is she going now? And is she going to go where she's really going to see anything? She's going to El Paso tomorrow. Senator Marco Rubio says, El Paso? You're not really in the center of the real issue. But see, El Paso, nice, clean. It's got, going to have nice accommodations, air-conditioned rooms, whatever. I don't know how long she's going to stay there. She's going because the American public continued to demand that she go see for herself. Now, will it change anything by her being on the border? I told you before, no. It won't change a damn thing. But at least she has finally had to say, okay, I'll go to the border. This is the way they're playing this game, and we're going to call them out on it each and every time. We've got a lot to cover over the next 2 hours. You don't want to miss any of it. Let your family and friends know we're on the air. Lock and load. Ready. On the right.
You can hear podcasts of this program at Larry Connors USA Facebook. Larry Connors USA Facebook.